Gwyneth Paltrow think there was a market for a candle that smells like her vagina? It's correct. I love that you knew that, sir. For those of you who aren't sure who Gwyneth Paltrow is, she is to us bougie bitches what Joe Rogan is to crypto bros. That's our icon, you know? We wish you well. That was a Gwyneth joke. One person got it. Okay. But it's true, right? I know if you were to look at me, you might think that I grew up fairly privileged, but actually, you would be correct. Yeah. Like for the longest time, I thought going to court just meant that you had floor seats to see the Lakers. I had no idea. Someone one time was talking to me, they're like, no, where do you go when you get like a ticket? And I understood the confusion, right? Because like when you're sitting with Jack Nicholson, no tickets. Yeah, it's just like, you're in on a look, you know? But before you get the wrong idea, sir, I didn't grow up like country club privileged. I grew up shelter privileged. So I'm not rich, I'm just stupid. Yeah, it's true, right? No, like my dad growing up, he was a garbage man, okay? And I used to be really embarrassed about that. And so when people would ask me what my dad did for a living, I would get really quiet and I'd be like, listen, I can't talk about it, but he's seen some shit. But I was a total daddy's girl growing up, so I didn't actually pump my own gas until I was 27. And it wasn't until recently that I learned about these things that other people were doing that I didn't even know existed, okay? Like changing your oil or paying your taxes. Right? I had no idea that was something you had to do. So the other day, I had to take my car to the mechanic. Oof. Right? The mechanic, he takes a look at my dashboard, he asks me to flash my headlights, and I just took my top off. It was actually great because we got a deal on the service, which my dad loves. But then the mechanic started listing out all of this other stuff wrong with my car. He was like, okay, your tires need to be rotated. And I was like, sir, I rotated them the whole drive here. You can't put one over on me. And then he said that my AC unit needed to be recharged. And I said, fine, do I need to set it out with my crystals and the new moon? Or do you need an Apple adapter? Because I have all of them in the back. And then he was getting a little bit frustrated, I could tell, so he asked if there was maybe someone he could talk to translate. And I said, yeah, my dad is on speakerphone. Here he is. And so I hear the mechanic talk to my dad, right? And he says, your daughter's timing belt is getting old. I was like, sir, the only person allowed to talk about my timing belt is my gynecologist. Okay? Thank you. It's clearly a HIPAA violation, right? And so my dad finally tells me, you know what, you're gonna need to go grab something at Home Depot. And I said, what? Why the fuck would I go to Home Depot? All I see at Home Depot are all the unfinished projects I could buy pre-made at Home Goods. Why on earth would I go to Home Depot? I mean, that makes literally no sense. So I just decided that the whole taking care of my car thing wasn't for me. A better plan was to get hit by a more expensive car and let the insurance companies deal with it. So if you see me slowing down for Tesla outside, mind your business. Okay. I'm gonna leave you out with this. So I was recently selected to do like a TED Talk type of an event. Please hold your applause. Yeah, I was excited about it, right? Until I started reading the bios of all the other speakers, and they were talking about stuff like nuclear radiation and electromagnetic chemistry, and I had to Google those words. And I was like, okay, I'm telling jokes. And so I get there to the first meeting with this producer, right? And she gets there and she says, okay, great, can we see your PowerPoint? And I stood up and I went like this. I held it for a long time. She was like, what is that? And I was like, this is my PowerPoint, obviously not familiar with playground, Sheryl Sandberg. And she said, oh no, we meant your slideshow. And I said, I don't do a slideshow, because anytime I do a slideshow, I know I'm in the wrong room. All right, now